Howdy folks, today we're playing a Green White Toxic deck in Phyrexia All Will Be One Standard. This deck was built by me, Rumply MTG. Let's get into it. Okay, our opponent's going first and I am excited. First game of Phyrexia All Will Be One Standard for me. We're playing Toxic. This looks like a solid enough hand. And our opponent is also on the same Venerated Rotpriest shenanigans that we are. Our problem is we don't have a Venerated Rotpriest and they do, so might get blown out in this one. Opponent's on Simic. I consider it a Simic build, but you know, obviously we're on Selesnya for this. I think we're gonna attack with the chorus. And we're gonna play our own Skrelv's Hive. Do they have like a make disappear? It'd be an interesting card to have in their Venerated Rotpriest deck. Didn't play anything on turn 2, so we're happy about that. Maybe they're just protecting the queen. Oh, they definitely are, and I'm definitely taking poison because of it. So yeah, we're just getting in here, giving our opponent some Toxic. Question here is if we should play Bloated Contaminator or Jawbone Duelist. And I think we want to get the Proliferate going from the Contaminator. See what else our opponent has. Do they have a Fading Hope? It doesn't look like they do. Okay, so they have a Rotpriest on defense now. It's kind of tough. We have a blocker for their Rotpriest though. Nice good old 4/4. See how they come and attack us. They probably need a way to get rid of this Bloated Contaminator. Good thing for us is we have one in the bank. Alright, so these can't block, but they're not great at attacking right now. And that was a solid draw. Be able to protect our Bloated Contaminator. Alright, see if our opponent has anything for it. Okay, looks like they're thinking about blocking here. We have Trample though. Do they have safekeeping? Okay. Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna get poisoned out of this game with a second Rotpriest, I think, by the looks of it. We're gonna Proliferate though. So they're gonna get an extra poison counter. I think that's it. Okay. Just had to think about it for a second. We can play another Bloated Contaminator. Or we can play this Jawbone Duelist and keep up a Lauren's Escape. So I think we really have to kill our opponent next turn. So this Contaminator is going to get 1 damage in. And then it's going to Proliferate to leave him at 6. They're going to have... Oh, we're probably going to block. Honestly, I think our best bet is another Contaminator. We'll see, though. Sorp's pretty good. That gives us some Toxic. Gives us some poison counters. Do they have another one? Okay. Yep. They have another spell. We're dead here. Let's see what they got. See what they got. They just need one more spell. We're blocking, obviously, no matter what. Oh, they do. Okay, they do. All right, they definitely just have the extra stuff. All right, they had the double Venerated Rotpriest draw. We didn't have any Rotpriest. I think that's how a lot of games are going to go in the standard. That card is really good, and oh, not a lot we can do about it there. GG's. Okay, so we lost our first game of Phyrexia All Will Be One Standard to basically the mirror match. They decided they wanted to play blue instead of white, and the main reason I'm in white is for Homestead Courage. I think this card is just perfect pairing with Venerated Rotpriest, and also you get, I think, one of the other really good cards, Skrelv's Hive, which I think there's a pretty good argument there should be 4 of. Yeah, I'm gonna switch these. Don't tell anybody. Don't tell anybody. Do that. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, I think Skrelv Hive is another really good card that just pumps out 1/1 creature tokens with Toxic 1, which is kind of insane. Obviously, they can't block, but you know that is how it is. And then the other really strong Toxic card is Bloated Contaminator, which you saw in that game. It has Trample. 3 mana 4/4 with Trample and Toxic 1 and Proliferate. So essentially it has Toxic 2 with the Trample and Proliferate if you're at getting in damage with it, which is pretty absurd. Things to target our Rotpriest, we have this Audacity. Homestead Courage, as I said, flashback, get to double trigger, and Lauren's Escape to protect it. Other toxic creatures we have are Jawbone Duelist, just a 2 mana 1/1 double strike Toxic 1. Pretty simple. Slaughter Singer. Green White, it's another reason to be Green White. It has Toxic 2, which is not a keyword you see. I mean, Toxic 2 is, it's significantly different than Toxic 1. It's something to note. And then whenever another creature you control with Toxic attacks gets +1/+1, which is not really that relevant, but maybe helps for blocking. And then, being a white, you also get Skrelv, Defector Mite, which is, part of Skrelv's Hive. It's a 1 mana 1/1 Toxic 1. It also can't block, just like the tokens created from Skrelv's Hive. But if you pay a white and tap it, you can choose a color, and another target creature you control gains Toxic 1 and hexproof from that color until end of turn. So it gives our some of our creatures Toxic 1, which I think it doubles up. I might be wrong about that, but I think you double up the Toxic 1. But the Homestead Courage, giving it Vigilance, and the Skrelv together is really pretty powerful, which is nice. So you can attack and then tap while you're in combat to give another creature Toxic 1 and protect it. So yeah, overall, pretty solid deck. The mana base, good green-white land. You saw Razorverge Thicket, which is very, very big for these aggressive green-white decks. You need untapped green-white sources early and often. Razorverge Thicket gives you that. Same with Brushland. Now you have 8 sources of untapped green-white. You also have the Seed Core, which taps to add a mana of any color if you're casting a Phyrexian creature spell, which, let's just go through. Phyrexian creature spell, 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 Phyrexian creature spell. All our creatures are Phyrexian creature spells. So that's really good. It doesn't cast the Skrelv's Hive or any of our enchantments or instants, but other than that, it does a great job of casting spells. And then, Miser's Beseiju and Iganjo. Yeah, that's the plan for the deck. Lost a mirror match in game 1, but let's take down other decks in games 2 through X. We're going first here, but we're missing really a good early toxic creature. I think we're gonna mulligan this, and I think this is much more reasonable of a keep. And we're gonna keep in bottom one of these Homestead Courages and play this Crawling Course off the Seed Core. See if they have a removal spell here. Phoenix check. Nope, no removal spell. Okay. So we are going to be able to attach this Audacity to the Crawling Course, which is nice. Just give the good old Proliferate 1. Pass the turn. Maybe we should have given it a +1/+1 counter to it as well, but who knows. Okay, so we're counting by 2. Our opponent's counting by 1. So that is going to be interesting to note how different it is, the poison versus the regular damage. Okay, opponent's getting some poison here. Although opponent is at 14, they have to be in somewhat of danger of really dying. We're kind of holding onto this Homestead Courage in the hope that we can draw a Venerated Rotpriest. Do we want to block here? I think we do. They probably have a Play with Fire, but at least it's going at us, but not base, and they don't have a Play with Fire. Okay. Yeah, we're just getting in. Opponent's getting proliferated. Yep, they can get that extra token. Maybe we should. I think we should have played the Homestead Courage first. because we would have been able to proliferate the counter here, so that's my bad. Would have been a 3/3 double strike on defense right now, which is pretty nice, but we'll see how different it is. We honestly might just kill our opponent with real damage right now. I mean, it's definitely a possibility. We're at 12, with pretty well set up to block this Feldon. Yeah, opponent realizes they need to make some moves. Gets a mountain off the Reckless Impulse and a commodifies Cockazon, which might be a little too late. Deals 1 damage to us, but we've got a lot of damage coming their way, and also toxic. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, we're just gonna put the +1/+1 on this Jawbone Duelist. Do they have a removal spell for it? So instead they play with fire, okay. And we're gonna get in. And their big tramp lily thrust. This can't even block. It's GG's. Alright, we just got up the aggro plan. We didn't even proliferate him out of that game. That's sort of the nice part about the green white version of the deck, because you don't have to kill your opponent with toxic. It's not as reliant on Venerated Rotpriest, whereas the match we first played against Simic, they drew 2 Rotpriests, and obviously if you draw 2 Rotpriests, you're probably going to win that game anyway. But they drew 2 Rotpriests, and they were really reliant on killing us with poison, where we're kind of just a green white beatdown deck that also just happens to have the Venerated Rotpriest win associated with it, which is really nice. I mean, we literally just out beat down mono red, so I think that's a pretty good indicator that the deck has some solid footing. We were on the play, obviously, and that matters in aggro matchups, but I think that's a good sign for the deck. Alright, GG's. Okay, opponent is going first, and we have this Skrelv and Skrelv's Hive, so I think we're gonna keep. We haven't really had the Venerated Rotpriest super draw yet, but that's okay. Getting Skrelv down. Skrelv. I keep saying it wrong. Skrelv. Cut down, all the same. Okay, well, we're gonna get this Skrelv's Hive down. Opponent is all in the aggro plan. Getting the Hive down. Nice thing is that this does give lifelink once our opponent starts to be corrupted, which is one of the keyword mechanics for this set, which says as long as the opponent has 3 more poison counters, creatures you control with toxic have lifelink in this specific instance. All right, making a 1/1. Playing our land. Yeah, do I? I think I'm gonna play this and then keep up the Lauren's Escape. And pass the turn and hope they don't play Sheldred. Do they have a removal spell for my Singer here? Or are they just going to pump up their Evolved Sleeper? We're definitely not blocking. No blocks from us. See what they have. Wouldn't want to see a Sheldred here, but if they have a removal spell, we're kind of fine with that. We'll be able to block with this Singer. Okay. Ooh, Rotpriest was solid. We're at 8 though. Yeah, so I think we're gonna give this Singer +1/+1 counter and Vigilance, and give our opponent a poison counter. It would be really nice if we could get our creatures to have a lifelink right now, but I don't think that's gonna be possible. If they had 1 more poison counter and we can give this lifelink, we'd be pretty happy about it, but that's what we have. Giving our 1/1, making it a 2/2. Vigilance with the Singer at least, so we can block. we care if the singer... I think we do want to keep the singer around. Opponent gets a poison, we keep the singer around. Maybe we should have just played the Homestead Courage pre-combat, but then we'll tap this out. Okay, opponent gets a Toxic. Now we have lifelink on our creatures, which is nice. Opponent might not account for that. This Nezumi does have Menace. Invoke Despair. Okay, gonna get our enchantment too. See how they attack. Don't have lifelink anymore. I think we're just blocking like this. Ugh. Took away our lifelink was tough. The Invoke Despair. Okay, so we're at 2 life. Vigilance on the Rotpriest, I think, is gonna matter. I'm going to have to play this as a land. Pump our Rotpriest. I think we have to pump our Rotpriest again. Yeah, I know we're getting low on life here, but yeah, I think we're just dead to the Menace here. We got close. This is what we had. We got close. Opponent got to 7 poison counters. Couldn't quite get there. Sheesh. I'll let our opponent kill us. I'll let them see if they have anything fun in their deck, where they're just playing mono black from last season. Ooh, opponent getting a little greedy. They could have died to that. They weren't careful. Drawing a card here. See what we get. Nothing good enough. Alrighty, opponent's getting in. They're getting the lethal damage. GG's. Okay, our opponent's going first, and it's not the best aggro hand ever, but it's not bad. Start with this Crawling Chorus, and then have a Jawbone Duelist. Do they have a removal spell for a chorus or not? Doesn't look like they do. Getting in. And yeah, I think we really want to get this Skrelv's Hive down. So that way we can just start churning out 1/1s. Do they have a way to remove our Skrelv's Hive? If they have a Void Rend, they'd probably be smart to use it here. Okay, well, gonna attack with this Crawling Chorus. The removal spell for us. Sure. Creating a creature with Toxic here. And now we're gonna play this Duelist and keep this Lauren's Escape up. And we're threatening pretty good amount of damage this turn. Okay. Give our Duelist Hexproof and Indestructible next turn. For this turn, so that way we can hit him with the double Toxic, and they just concede. They don't even... Our hand is terrible, but they're just so afraid of the Toxic that they're gone. Maybe they've been getting beat up by Toxic all day, but I mean, we're double striking and only gonna deal two poison, 6 damage to them this turn. Our opponent really had a chance to win that game still, but hey, people are scared of it. You'll take dubs where you can get them. GG's. Okay, we're going first, and we actually have a Rotpriest, so I think that's a pretty good start. We'll keep that. Next turn we can get Skrelv down. Yeah, I think at this rate we're gonna want to get the Jawbone Duelist down. Next turn we'll have the farm land. We can play any 2 of these spells, where this turn we can't. See what creature they're more scared of. Okay, opponent is scared of what we have going on. So yeah, I think we're gonna attempt to Audacity this Jawbone Duelist. Give our opponent a poison. And we're double strike, don't have to worry too much about their creature, but I imagine they'll block the Rotpriest here. I think they're pretty happy with that. Okay, opponent's at 4 toxic. I think we're just gonna play another duelist. They have their own Death Touch Toxic one. And they have a Drowning Ichor. We're gonna drop his Audacity though, and this Jawbone Duelist is still going to put in some work. Oh, Homestead Courage is solid. Yeah, we'll tag in here. See if they want to block. Okay, they decide they want to block. That's fine. Don't have anything to give it trample. So we're just going to play this Skrelv and this Crawling Chorus. And next turn we have 2 Seed Cores and 2 Homestead Courage activations at least. So we're feeling pretty good about where we're at. If they let us untap with this Skrelv, we're gonna be able to put in some work, I believe. Yeah, they're reading it. They're wondering if they should kill it now. They probably should. And decide not to. Contaminator's solid. But I think we're gonna lead on a Courage on this Skrelv. The permanent had mana value 3 or less proliferate. Okay, yeah, I think that means we're gonna pay the tax here, give this creature Toxic 1 and protection for, or hexproof from black. That's gonna come back to our hands. Homestead Courage going to the graveyard. We're gonna attack, and yeah, okay, yeah. Our opponent is still gonna take 2 toxic no matter how they block. We're gonna get a Bloated Contaminator down, and it's getting ugly for our opponent. we're getting up there in the toxic meter, and our opponent really had a good hand. I mean, they had Drowning Ichor, they had this Skull Dweller, the Serum to bounce a creature. They had this hybrid they cast twice. I guess they could have had a better. I could have cut down or something, but still. Not a terrible hand from our opponent. We kind of just ran him over. GG's. Okay, we're going first here, and this is the hand you're really thinking of when you're playing this deck. We need some sort of pump spell or something for these Venerated Rotpriests, but this is kind of the ideal hand. So opponent's thinking about a mulligan over there, but we're just trying to get some Rotpriests on the battlefield and attack. That's our plan. What's our opponent got? Yeah, well, first thing we're gonna do is attack. And play a Rotpriest and a Skrelv. And hope to draw Homestead Courage next turn. Oh, Reckoner Bankbuster. That seems to maybe not be the best thing they could be doing. Giving them some poison counters. We're jamming here. Giving them even more poison counters. Opponent's gonna need a Brotherhood's End here, which, if they're still in the game, I imagine they have. We're gonna draw a card and still trigger the Hive. Ooh, just a Fable, huh? Okay. The Seed Core. Yeah, I think we're jamming here. Need to get some damage through. What's that? 8 poison. We're at 24. Opponent needs a Wrath here. I have to imagine if they had a 3-mana Wrath, they use it last turn though. So they have to maybe cycle into it here. I'm not really sure what their plans are. There's not really a 4-mana Wrath in black that you would be playing here. I think you just have to have... Oh, that's going to cost you a poison counter. Yeah, poison counter for you. Do you have perhaps 2 more removal spells? And if you do, are they gonna cost you a poison counter? Oh, it looks like they are. You are gonna get a poison counter. And you know what 10 poison counters causes you to do? Causes you to lose the game. Yeah, that's tough. If you don't have the sweepers and the opponent has 2 Venerated Rotpriests, even really if they don't have anything else, we just had an audacity, really. I mean, just kind of a Rancor effect. It's not that good. Just the 2 Venerated Rotpriest just got to our opponent. I attacked with all last turn because I felt a little worried that our opponent could have a Wrath. But if we had any protection spell at all, we would have kept that up. That's why you play the deck, though. I mean, this is what you do. This is why you play the deck. You have the Green White Beatdown plan. But you also have games where you just draw 2 Venerated Rotpriests in your opening hand and the game ends. Both happen. This wasn't even the best draw you can have with this deck. We didn't have a protection shove. We didn't have a Homestead Courage. Didn't have any of that. Just had Venerated Rotpriests into Venerated Rotpriest. Skrelv into Audacity. Skrelv's Hive. Had a Bloated Contaminator on the battlefield at one point. And that was it. I mean, this wasn't the best draw you could have with this deck by any stretch. It was a pretty good one, but it wasn't the best, and we absolutely ran over Grixis from last standard. GG's, I'll take it. Alrighty. Okay, we're going first. We have a 1-2-3 curve, but we have one too many lands, but we'll try it. I think we're good to lead on this Razor Thicket, so we don't have to play it tapped later. Oh, it's got some cool sleeves going on over there. Gwyn. G-Win? Or Gwyn? Age-old question. Mono red, are they just getting our crawling course? If they kill it, we get a 1-1 on the way back, and it's not too much different. Cockazin, okay. I think they're smart to keep their keep their removal spell for my duelist who are a better creature, Rotpriest or whatever. Have it be Swift Spear, sure. Are they gonna attack? They might not attack. Oh my goodness. Brutal. Brutal there. Okay. I'm attacking now. Question is, I think we gotta keep this Besage up for a potential mechanized warfare. Question is, do we want this Bloated Contaminator to block this Cockazin? Probably. That means they have to use their removal spell not towards it. To play a warfare here too, that means we can block this Kumano pretty easily. They just attacked with a Swift Spear. I don't think there's much of a chance we're gonna block. Our own Cockazin, okay. I'm gonna attack with a Swift Spear. Any etchings or no? Attacking with neither. That is interesting. Okay, if Rotpriest down, so now they're taking poison. Man, I really feel like I want to keep. I really feel like I want to keep this Seiju back just in case. Yeah, I think we're gonna attack with this Contaminator. I think I'll gladly trade The etchings plus a removal spell. Oh, okay. Or just a Swiss Spear. Sure. I think we're fine with this. We're really still trying to avoid a mechanized warfare. Phoenix Chick, sure. Fine with that. How do they want to play this here? Swift Spear of their own again. Okay, no blocks from us, certainly there. If only we had some things that targeted, we'd be feeling really good. Alas, we don't. We draw a bunch of lands. I think that means we're going to keep up this Beseiju. And yeah, we're going to plan to kill our opponent. The 6 toxic. Opponent has 5 damage coming at us right now. Lightning Strike kills us. Might not have it though. Does it have a Lightning Strike? We'll see. Kill his etching, so we can't block with this Skrelv, so doesn't matter either way. If our opponent has Lightning Strike, we're dead. If they only have Play with Fire, we're still gonna live. This is 6, 7, yeah. Do they have Lightning Strike? What do they have? They have to have something. Has to be a spell. What do they got? Trying to decide which of our creatures to kill, it looks like. I think they have just a single spell here, though. They're gonna die because they're gonna take a poison from the Rotpriest trigger. Yeah, they realized they couldn't win. They were going to take a poison from the Rotpriest trigger. Likely it was a Play with Fire in hand, so they came up 1 damage short. Sheesh, that was a close one, you know, wow. I'll take a dub, though. I mean, that feels pretty good. Ranking up solidly right now with this. I mean, it is, you know, we're mid-gold, but this is the first day the update drops, so alrighty. GG's, let's set the deck tech. And we're back with a wrap up. Not the deck tech, sorry, I misspoke earlier. Yeah, and the deck was pretty good. It was honestly a little bit worse than I thought it was gonna be. I thought this deck had a potential to be absurd with everything, but just felt like a lot of the times we didn't draw the exact right combination of lands and spells. There's 23 lands in this deck. Maybe you need to shave 1 or 2 more. I'm not really sure. It feels like I don't know. I feel like sometimes we just kind of out of gas. I think maybe you're gonna go with the blue version, or you're gonna go with some version of this Venerated Rotpriest Toxic deck where you can chain spells more effectively together. I think that's definitely something you'd want to look into more. Spells that say target creature gets whatever, and then also draw a card attached to them. Things like that I think could potentially be pretty good for the Rotpriest plan. But in general, I think just having a Green White Beatdown plan as plan A, and then having the Poison Rotpriest plan as plan B is pretty good. I think this deck really has some legs. I do think you probably need to tweak things here or there. I'm not sure if you really want to go all in the Crawling Chorus. It's a 1-mana 1/1. It does have Toxic 1, but it is a 1-mana 1/1. It does replace with itself when it dies, but another Toxic 1-mana 1/1. But you know, it is what it is. So I think you'll probably need to do a little bit of digging in how to change up this list. But I thought it was pretty good. You definitely won a bunch of games in the ladder with it still. You definitely we had a positive win rate here for sure. The plan is solid. The plan is simple. The plan is solid. Yeah. It's up to you guys to see if we can create a better deck. I'm definitely willing to play another version of this deck that's been updated in some way, shape, or form. So please, if you feel like you have the deck building talents to make this deck better, please just suggest changes in the comments or submit a whole new deck to the Google form in the description of this YouTube video. I would love that. If you like this deck, you'll probably like the last video. It was on Brothers War Standard, but it was about Esper Luxure Planeswalkers, where you basically are attacking the opponent with Planeswalkers, which is pretty cool. So check that video out. And until next time, wherever you are, whenever you are, have a magical day.